Hey guys, Torn here, and welcome to another episode of the Timelord of Azeroth. Today we are going to be cleaning up some of the quests that we've either missed or that were not part of bigger quest lines, just to finish off Hellfire Peninsula. We are going to have some repeats from the last episode on the Horde side, as that one had some repeats from the very weird episode that we had with the Alliance, where we did the Shattered Halls and just kind of ran around for a bit with our heads cut off. Right now, though, we are going to start with this quest right here. The Blood Elves epitomize the irresponsible use of magic, Hunter. They do not control magical energy. Rather, they are slaves to it and will suffer nothing to stand between them and their addiction. They consume the energies of Outland's Voidwalkers to power their demonic magics. I've prepared a crystal charged with a spell that will allow us to neutralize a Voidwalker and sever its links to this world when destroyed. I've mostly seen the Voidwalkers in the warp fields to the southeast of Hellfire Citadel. So for this one, we are first flying to Honor Hold.
Open your heart to the light.
Now, I know that the last episode on the Alliance side, we just did a lot of flying around, but at least we have some sort of path this time. I've looked at the quest lines that we do have to do, and it's a hodgepodge, but these are the last quest lines to finish off Hellfire Peninsula for the Alliance. As you saw in the last episode of the Horde side of this, they are in Zangarmarsh. They have made it to the Cenarian Refuge, and the next set of episodes are just going to be Zangarmarsh and starting that quest line. Now, the way that we're going to do Zangarmarsh, I have looked into it. I've run at least the Horde side already on another character. We are going to... I've talked about this in the last episode, or 2 episodes ago, in the last Alliance episode, about splitting up the characters, and we may just split them up on neutral quest lines, which means Zygon here won't actually get all of the chapters for doing the Lore Master. Now, I've already done Hellfire Peninsula. I could have actually been doing this entire time, where if it's a neutral or a duplicate kind of quest, that one side wouldn't do it. And I've done that with the green but not the orcs that we have coming up right here. That the Alliance side did it, not the Horde. I didn't do it on the Horde. And the only difference is that the Horde has, I believe, 2 extra quests. And it just felt like repeat content. And even this feels like repeat content. And later in this episode, we're going to do Cenarian Post stuff, which will be repeat content. So if you want to skip this episode, I entirely understand. Near death? I'm too strong to get them near death. I just kind of have to do this. This is the only way I can get this guy near death without... There we go. Okay, back to Talamet and turn this in. As I was saying, if you want to skip this episode, I completely understand. This is going to be like, we're at a weird spot in the series right now. Not that any of these first 14 episodes hasn't been a bit weird. We've had audio glitches. I lost 2 episodes of game audio. We've had repeat content. We've had me running around in that 2 episodes ago where I didn't know where I was going or what I was doing. Audio changes between learning how to work this mic and learning how to talk in somewhat of a coherent fashion. But I will say, and I've said this before in other episodes, I am having so much fun playing this character, these characters, playing the storylines. It's really reinvigorated.
Welcome.
A love for the lore. It's reinvigorated a love for the game, seeing the world. I mean, yes, we've only really been looking at Hellfire Peninsula, but even going into my main, which is a druid, and going into flight form to take pictures for the thumbnails has been wonderful. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I certainly have. And whether or not you stick around, I'm going to continue doing this because this is the way that I'd love to play this game now. And it's just fun. What is up there? Oh, PvP. Was that PvP? Or is that the... No, that's... relearning the game a bit still after that.
Open your heart to the light.
You've done well, Zygon. It seems the containment crystal is holding for now, but how long it will last remains a mystery. We'll keep an eye on it and prepare for more of the crystals in the meantime.
Remain vigilant.
What did you have? Oh, pools. Yeah, you have the pools of Agonar. We're gonna do that really quick.
May the light embrace you. Do not lose faith.
Much has changed since the days when we called this land Draenor. Parts of the land have been forever changed by the demon's taint. One such place is known as the Pools of Agonar. It was once the location of our people's sacred spring. The blood of the demon Agonar fouled the very essence of the holy waters. This foul blood has spawned foul beings that must be cleansed if we're ever to reclaim the pools. Travel east of here and slay the terror fiends and slimes that wander the pools.
Good health, long life.
Oops. Don't want you out. So we've gotten all of the blistering rot. I can do this. Oh. Have I been wearing level 1 boots this whole time? I got a lot of stuff out of that dungeon I should have put on after it. And that's if I got this stuff after the dungeon, or during the dungeon. I could have had some of this before the dungeon.
Good fortune. Blessings upon your family.
Yes, I feel the foul presence in the pool's weakening. You've done well,
Be
Zygon.
kind to those less fortunate.
I must ask you finish what we've set in motion. Now that the demonic influence has weakened, you must take this cleansing vial and pour it at the very source of the taint, Agonar's own corpse. You will find the demon's bones at the northern end of the pools. Beware, I sense Agonar's essence is not quite left this world.
Blessings upon your family.
So I was wrong. I had assumed that what we were trying to do here was the other side of what we prevented on the Horde side for the Pools of Agonar quest lines. When we stopped that Draenei from cleansing the pools for their own power. Again, I've said this in other episodes, seeing both storylines, and this is something I think I'm going to miss on the side of doing quests in the same zones once we're past Angrimarsh. Although I think with Blade's Edge Mountains, we may actually do both again. Only because I've only got so many zones, and there's an odd number. We have 2 characters. This is the entire reason I'm having this thought process right now. I have something following me a long way. Okay, there we go. Fools, you seek to abjure my father's presence. Death awaits you mortals. If I had to pick one downside to this whole thing, and I've mentioned it, I think, in other episodes, is with it being easy mode, yes, that makes this whole process much simpler to deal with. In a storytelling sense, it's not as dangerous, and there's not a lot of repeating. I don't have to try and try again. I just have to go through the quest lines. But it takes a lot of the challenge out of the game. And not in a bad way. I get it from a leveling standpoint, and I'm sure that once we get to, you know, Battle for Azeroth, and once we get to the Dragon Isle, or the Dragonflight, that will bring that challenge back. But right now, even when I'm pulling what would be too much, there isn't a point I feel that I'm in danger, or that my character is going to get killed and I'll have to run back. In fact, I can't. In the 14 episodes, I don't think we've died yet.
Warm wishes to favor the road travel.
You return Zygon, are the waters cleansed?
Remember the lessons.
The essence of Agonar lived on in the form of a foul offspring, Agonist. With your success in defeating the demon, we can begin to work towards restoring the pools to their former purity. You have our thanks, Zygon. Your work will have a deep impact in this world.
Do not lose faith.
The Cenarian Circle has sent an expedition to Outland, and as I understand it, they are here to study what has happened and to help reverse any damage that they can. They've set up a little post just to the west of the south side of the road leading to Zangra Marsh. If you hit their Thornfang Hill, you've gone too far. Would you please go there and see how you might help them? Speak with Thaya Redmane, as she is the one that sent the request for us to us for assistance. We do have one more quest here that we're going to have to come back and turn in.
Live.
You everything most broken or evil, don't you? In reality, many just lack guidance. Before I met Omanai, I too was lost. Our minds suffered terrible pain from orc demonic rage. We are easily confused and taken advantage of. Demons allied with Illidan raid Hellfire daily and capture our kind as slaves. With the Omanai, we now have hope. Travel to the ruins of Shanahar, southwest of here, and slay Illidari Taskmaster so my people may be free.
Come back sometime.
So in having done the quests over here already, this quest I should have done. Like, this is when I speak of I should have done better research. This quest definitely should have been done with that in mind. Luckily, it's not running across the map. It's very close and very quick. It's that little bit of annoying. And it's the side of this whole process that takes that research that I do. That one ran quick. So this is where I give you a bit of a warning that the rest of this episode is going to be repeat from yesterday, because this is the content this is the way they've built this content. So
Hello, stranger.
you did it. I am in your debt, Zygon. Look at the dredge hood that are showing up. Under my guidance, they will learn all about the old ways. You'll see.
Roma. Ecorta.
Let's get a trap. So the rest of this, yes, if you want to skip the rest of this episode, really the theory of it is going to be the same as yesterday's episode.
Greetings. Goodbye.
Good day, Hunter. What brings you to my
Go
encampment?
in peace.
Thank you for bringing this to me, Hunter. I was wondering why I hadn't heard from the expedition in so long. Wonder how long this message was dispatched and what befell its carrier. Here's a bit of coin for your trouble.
May the eternal sun shine.
Oh goodness, you must be the help. Oh goodness, you must be the help that I requested from the Temple of Telemet. I'm glad that you're here. There's a lot to be done, and I have just the thing to start you out.
Be careful.
Welcome to the Cenarian Post, Hunter. We don't often get company out here, but I'm grateful for the visit. My work with the creatures of this desolate land requires me to travel to many remote places. The Cenarian expedition has dispatched me to study some of the most dangerous wildlife in Outland, and I've made a startling discovery. While many creatures have had already undergone radical changes, they continue to mutate. I'm collecting blood samples to document the changes, and any help would be
Go
welcome.
in peace.
That's 3 that have had nothing.
Well met.
Were you able to collect the blood samples?
Goodbye.
Well done, Zygon. These blood samples will prove helpful in my research and in the expedition's wider studies of Outland's creatures. If I could isolate what causes these creatures to change continuously, perhaps I could concoct an antidote.
May the eternal sun shine upon you.
I think there's something we can use in the blood as the base of an antidote. Don't look at me like that, like I've lost my mind. It's a common theme in nature. Often the cure for something can be derived from the toxin itself. That's just what I aim to do. Ridding the boars of their demonic influence will probably eliminate their aggression and give us insight into how to best attempt to help other
Be
species.
careful.
Here's the problem. I've killed all the boars.
How may I aid you?
Do you have the results of the
Go
experiment?
in peace.
Thea Redmane's eyes widen as you describe the results of the experiment. But how could that happen? I'm certain I prepared the antidote correctly. I've seen it work with spider and snake venoms, so why would it backfire here? Perhaps that's one of Outland's many peculiarities. I'd best pass this information along to my comrades.
Goodbye.
Well met.
We've been fighting an ongoing battle to keep the pass through Thornfang. I'm just having a hell of a time tonight. We've been fighting an ongoing battle to keep the pass through Thornfang Hill to the west clear of Ravagers. It would be bad if we were to become completely cut off from the refuge in Zangramarsh. We don't want to displace the creatures, but there seems to be little choice as their attacks on travelers through the area have become more aggressive. Clear some of the Ravagers out, and clear some of the Ravagers out of there if you can.
Shall meet again. How?
With the Ravagers cleared, travelers to and from the Cenarian Refuge in Zangramarsh should have an easier time of it. The Cenarian expedition is indebted to you.
Walk with the earth.
Hello.
You see the huge red crystal to the north. It fell from the sky not too long ago, causing a massive earthquake. When we came out here to investigate the disturbance, we found all of those colossi wandering about that weren't previously here. There's definitely something strange about that crystal and the energies that it's emanating. But I don't have time for that. Those mountain giants are my immediate concern. I want you to head up to the Fallen Sky Ridge and deal with them.
Next we meet.
As the Colossus falls under the weight of your own attacks, you notice for the first time that it was holding a red crystal fragment. While it was small and unnoticeable in the mountain giant's hand, it's a fairly hefty piece for you to carry around. It also suspiciously looks like it's a piece of the giant crystal in the middle of the ridge. It's most definitely a clue to the strangeness that is occurring here, and you're sure that the Druids and Cenarian post to the south will want to see it. I always like seeing the higher level characters going back through this stuff.
How may I help? May the stars guide you.
Good work. If you ask me, all that we have to do is kill enough of those colossi.
Elune be with you. Goddess, watch over
Good
you.
work. If you ask me, all we have to do is kill enough of those colossi, and then we won't have to worry any longer about the ridge or that strange crystal in the middle of it. Here, take one of these gifts from this Cenarian expedition.
Elune light your path.
It's a big crystal you have here. Do you get that while you were up there up at the ridge killing colossi? Let me take a look at
Be
it.
careful.
Looks like a big lump of unrefined crystal to me. Admittedly, I can feel a sickly evil aura emanating off it, but that's not exactly in my line of work. I'm just here to put an end to the mountain giant menace.
Till next we meet.
You should take the crystal lump over to the Earthbinder. She's just like you, always needing to get to the bottom of a mystery and thinking all of the time. If you ask me, she thinks a little too much. Just give it to her. I'm sure she'll get you into a heap of trouble figuring out what it is going up there on the ridge.
What brings you here?
Is that a piece from the giant crystal shard up on Fallen Sky Ridge? Oh, excellent. I've been wanting to get my hands on a piece of that thing, but Tolathian's been dragging his feet. He's supposed to be out here helping me to investigate what's going on up on the Fallen Sky Ridge. Instead, he's just been sending poor dupes like you, no offense, up there into the slaughter mill. If you give me the crystal, maybe I can find a link between it and the Colossi.
Go in peace.
It must be that evil emanations from that giant crystal are summoning the mountain giants and driving them insane. It's too big to move and beyond our ability to destroy, but I know a way to quell its powers. I summoned a circle at the northwest corner of the crystal on the ridge. Take the seed to the circle and channel its power to heal the land through the natural forces of rain and growth and repopulation. Beware, Zygon. I sense an external force at play here. It is not natural. Now, let's see. Yesterday, I could not pronounce Kalthos. What's really actually kind of cool about this, really weird. One, I didn't have to fight that one back there because the guy had that void elf had already just done it. And just what do you think you're doing? You dare to interfere with my master's experiment. Do you like what you've done here? Perhaps we will drop these crystals from the sky all over Outland. I grow bored with your attempt to heal the land and quell the energy summoning and driving the Colossi mad. Goliathan, King of the Colossi, Prince Kalthos, and I demand that you defend the crystal. We'll meet again soon. See, even there, I didn't feel it. It's not like you feel in danger at any point. I just wish it was a little harder. It feels unbalanced at this level. It does. And I get, again, it to speed things up, but
Ishnu Daldie.
did it work? What do you mean? What did you learn? Did you find out who or what is behind what happened at Fallen Sky Ridge?
May the stars guide you.
Goliathan, Pathleon, the Calculator, Halthos. Prince Kalthus has a hand in this. You're the bride under fumes. It is insanity what he has done. Dropping giant crystals from the sky and decimating the land can only be the work of a madman. I can assure you the Cenarian expedition will counter any further attempts by their forces to do this ever again. We owe you a great debt, Zyga.
Ishnu Allah.
The Cenarian Circle's main expeditionary force in Outland is known as the Cenarian Expedition. Though it began as a small venture controlled directly by the Cenarian Circle, it's become a large and fairly autonomous body. The expedition's leader, Yissel Windsinger, has asked us direct volunteers to her outpost. Report to her at the Cenarian Refuge in eastern Zangarmarsh. Take the main path to the west and it will lead you directly there. And there we go. We are done with Hellfire Peninsula on both the Horde and Alliance sides. Now, as I've said, there are a few quests that were ignored, mainly the PvP quests, because they just weren't necessary for the storylines. There were one-off stories in PvP, which we're not doing. But now we move on to Zangarmarsh. Yesterday the Horde got in there. This guy's gonna attack me again, isn't he? Yeah. Yesterday we got the Horde in there. Today we get the Alliance. Both have made it to the Cenarian Refuge. I died. In fact, I can't... In the 14 episodes, I don't think we've died yet. Why did they kill me? You know, I'm not gonna lie. If this had been a hardcore run, and I died because of a PvP character that I can't defend myself attacking me, I would be so mad. I can't believe that just happened. Anyway. We have finished Hellfire Peninsula. We have entered Zangarmarsh on both characters. We are going to turn this quest in and we are going to call it an episode. Because where are we? We are at just about an hour.
How may I aid you?
Elune be with you. May the stars
Welcome
guide
to the Cenarian Refuge, Zygon. I hope you've come to aid us in our mission. We've much work ahead of us.
you. Go in peace. Asha.
Okay. That's gonna do it for the night. Okay, guys, we are gonna call it an episode here. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to like, subscribe, do all of the YouTube things. Our next episode, we begin the quest in Zangarmarsh. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.